All right, welcome to Not Married to the Name. I'm PBR. This is Deuce. Welcome to episode 14. Getting into it
Or
today.
yeah. Um, so I know you wanted to talk about a few things, but I've also had a few things come across my YouTube feed that are somewhat worth interesting, or somewhat worth talking about that are interesting. Um, One would be Kingdom Come Deliverance. What's going on around that right now? Um, they're basically what they're saying. Like, so basically, the community manager came out that's involved with that game and was just being the classic leftist woker, just don't say this bigoted things, and that's like, well, 99% of people aren't going to be saying anything until you start bringing it up. But there's the community manager thing, and then the fact that they're talking about why is this even being talked about that there's you can be gay in it, gay or bi. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna let this game release before I buy it because I loved number one. The first one was amazing, and the second one looks great. But why does that kind of shit need to be involved in it? If I mean, in the first one, you bang prostitutes and court a woman. So what? Where? Why does the? Where's the shift coming in, and why? What is? Why is it relative to the story? Who's who's pushing this?
Well, so is it like the the MC? Do you pick what kind of character you are for that game, or are you stuck as an MC? You're stuck as the
Your
MC, right?
main character, yes.
And they're deciding whether or not they want the MC to be gay.
I think they're giving you options to become gay. I don't know. The details are still kind of unclear.
Ah,
So I don't know. Not that I'm against it, but it's just real bad timing for them. The For what's going on in the gaming landscape right now, that kind of shit, it just seems placed. And when something's placed and not authentic, I have a problem with it. If it was authentic and if it was part of the first game, who gives a shit? But the fact that it's just 2025 and it's just kind of the way of the industry right now, I don't know how to feel about it, to be
do
honest, because I was so looking forward to that game.
do you have any idea who makes that game?
Warhorse, published by I forget who it is. It's a company that's been bought out of or been bought a few times, I think, since the original game came out.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, it does
They're gonna.
suck.
I wonder what are they gonna be a Steam game? Is that their goal?
It'll be on Steam.
Because I know Epic Games released it for free, so I'm wondering if it's just Steam or
What do you mean?
they released the first Kingdom Come for free.
Oh, probably to promote the second one. I gotta imagine it's gonna be on all platforms.
Okay,
I gotta imagine that.
it'll probably still be a good game.
It's gonna be a great game, but the fact that they have to inject that shit in there, it's like, why is there? First of all, why is there even a love interest at all? Who cares? In the first game, that was the only storyline I didn't do. I did not pursue anything in that storyline. I gave the girl a silver ring a couple times, and that was it. Like, it's just boring. Like, I want to go out there. I want to get my fighting skills up. I want to actually enjoy the atmosphere of the game, not get locked into some stupid love story because those don't change throughout time. They're the same shit from, you know, every period of life.
Yeah,
It's just stupid to me.
yeah. Any
That's my.
any other thing in the gaming landscape that you've seen this week?
No, not really. Gaming's been pretty stale, other than just like little dramas surrounding certain games and uh, predictable things.
Do you think you'll ever play the like Warhammer or some of those other big ones that were at the end of the year? Wukong?
Nope, not my style. Yeah, nah, not my style.
I don't think I'll play them either. I am tempted to play the NCAA football, but it's so late in the game. Like it's been out for so long. I can't justify spending $30 on a game or whatever they're
Jig,
charging.
ask Jig if it was any good, because he was the one who was like all hyped on it, and then I haven't seen him play it but once.
Yeah,
So
everyone I know that plays it has enjoyed it. So he said
do
he
you like?
liked it. I I think it's good. I think I just am a little late to the game on that one.
I don't know if I've even talked about my sports gaming history, but the last game I enjoyed was an NCAA football game, and that would have been on PS2. When
Jeez.
like you were just like, look at these graphics, oh my god, the enhancement, and it hasn't changed. The game hasn't really changed since PS2 era, in my opinion. Anyway, it's
The big
still pick a play, throw the ball, run it, get tackled, yada yada.
the
It's
big
football.
argument is '04 to '06 were like the best run of those games, and then NCAA 14 was the best NCAA game. But NFL Street, I guarantee you at some point they're going to bring it back.
Different genre, I'd say. It's the same game, but with more of like an engaging style of gameplay because
Hmm.
it's not so you know
Well,
blow the whistle.
it came out in the early 2000s, and I played that more than the other ones. I think NFL Street 2 came out around 2004. I played the shit out of that game. Like,
Yeah,
I, it, everyone always talks about bringing it back. I'm sure they'll bring it back at some point, but I don't want it to be brought back. Really, I don't know.
some things are better left dead
Yeah.
because they're gonna modernize it, and it's just not gonna be nostalgic. They're gonna ruin the nostalgia factor. The name will be the only thing carried over in the nostalgia.
Well, and it might not feel the same. Like NFL Street 3 was a pretty horrible game compared to Street 1 and Street 2. So if
Yeah.
they botch the fourth one, then I'll just be
Was
pretty bummed out.
big, big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that was EA Prime. All those
So,
big games: SSX, NBA Street, NFL Street.
yeah, they were all
Skate,
good.
I think Skate was big too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, the Prime. Then
Is
EA
your
just died.
foot healing, or do you think you're infected?
Oh, well, so I got a tetanus shot. So I stepped on a nail. I don't have.
What a pussy.
This thing was like 2 inches in my foot. I didn't want to get the tetanus shot, but I was told I had to get one. Otherwise, I was gonna die. So you can't really tell. But I didn't push the nail in or out at all. That's how much was up in the bottom of my foot. The funny thing is
Ugh.
when I stepped on the nail, I like wiggled my foot to try and kick it off, and then I was like, "Oh, this is in my foot." You're making it hurt right now thinking about it. I was like, "Oh, this is actually in my foot." So it was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Don't do work in soft sole shoes,
So
especially flip flops.
are you bandaged up down there now?
Nah, I got like a Band-Aid on it, and I'm putting some antibiotic cream on it twice a day.
What'd they say at the doctor? Pretty common?
Yeah, not to worry. If I
Yeah.
die, I die. Though. It is what it is.
Where's the tetanus shot go?
Arm.
And then it's just
Not-
sore for a day?
It wasn't sore the day of or the day after. Today's the first day it's actually sore.
That's what I've noticed too when I've gotten those. You're supposed to work out with it, and then it's supposed to help it, I guess. Like
Yeah,
lift
it probably
weights.
gets it circulating through your because it's supposed to be like a muscular injection where they inject it directly into your muscle. So
When I was a kid, I remember the worst shot I ever got was a pneumonia shot. That thing, that fucking hurt. It was
the
a
worst
big needle.
for me, finger pricks.
Really?
I'll take a big needle over a finger prick. A finger prick will make me get lightheaded and want to pass out.
Needles don't bother me. It's like the watching of the blood. So I just
Yep,
look.
I
I look the other way and let them do their thing.
I got blood drawn for the first time about a year and a half ago, and I watched her do it and it was totally fine. And then after she was done, my whole body just went flush and I was like sweating. And then the next time I went in to get blood drawn, I didn't look. I did
Oh.
okay.
I've been having I have a vein issue where they try to get it in here and it goes back and forth. It sticks out really easily for them to see, but then when they try to stick the needle in, it goes.
Fighting
And
them, yeah.
it's been horrible. It's been
Several jabs
been-
before they get you.
yeah, 4, 5, 6 jabs. It's that bad. It fucking sucks.
Tell them to find a new vein.
Yeah, doesn't
And
matter
then-
the hospital.
Yeah, and then you had a dental mishap.
Yes.
If you want to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so I went to the dentist, had to get 2 fillings on the bottom side here. They put a mouthpiece in you, and it's a clear mouthpiece that's supposed to hold anything, holds your mouth open. They run a vacuum on the other side to suck out any moisture and fluid. And then anything that's supposed to fall gets caught. There isn't supposed to be anything that falls, though. And what happened was she knew the drill bit was loose. They call it a burr. And she said, well, she said this to the assistant. She said, it's a good thing that he has that mouth guard in, because if that fell in, that'd be really dangerous. And sure enough, she keeps drilling for like 20 to 30 seconds and then boop, shoots out, swallow it immediately. And she goes, you'll be fine. You'll poop it
He's a
out.
swallower.
Yeah, you'll poop it out. No sorry, no any of that. The next day, I get a call at 7 in the morning on my way to work, and she goes, "Yeah, we're gonna need to. You're gonna need to go get an X-ray. We want to be. We're 98% sure it's not in your lungs, but we want to be 100% sure." And then she's kind of calling out, saying different things that are kind of business speak for covering your own ass. Like I'm sure she's noting the conversation. And I go get my X-ray. Of course, it's in there. And on my way in to get the X-ray, I said, "Send me a picture of it so I can show them what they're looking for." I thought this thing would be like this, but it turns out it's a 19 millimeter, which is almost 2 centimeters. It's the size of a nickel, vertically. It's a 19 millimeter stainless steel rod with a beveled edge around the one side. She goes, "Don't worry, it's round." So I'm waiting and waiting. I think I took 7 shits. Had to dig through my poop. And they were laughing at the medical place, but you're hoping that this rod stays the way it's supposed to stay, because if it goes up like this, it's going to scrape you all the way through. And if it comes out the wrong way, you're probably going to puncture your rectum.
Slicing your poop in half as it comes out.
Yeah. And anyway, it was a
Exciting.
little nerve-wracking, but it came out. It's out. I'm okay. I've read that ingestibles only 2% of them become dangerous.
Problem. Yeah.
Yeah. But the
At least the
esophagus,
odds.
once it gets through the esophagus and the stomach, that's the main thing.
At least the odds are on your side.
Yeah. I've also read
Um,
that no one fucking swallows drill bits from the dentist.
No one does.
No
And
one.
you just gobbled it up. You said,
Yeah.
um, and then have you been paying attention to the wildfires?
Yes, of course.
Well,
Arson.
they're not wildfires.
All over.
Yeah, the fires.
The wild arson.
Yeah, the wild arsonists.
My aunt lost
Uh,
her place.
Yeah. Oh, really?
She lives in Malibu, baby.
She's in down in the boot, kicking it
Yeah.
in the boo with B-Rab.
She lives next to Pierce Brosnan and
Well, she
Kurt
lived.
Russell.
Now she just owns the property next to him.
Yeah. I don't think it burned down yet, actually. I don't know
well,
if she lost her house. But I know
so
they evacuated their work over a week ago.
I was thinking about it, right? So you got Epstein, Diddy. This is a wild throw right here. What evidence were they trying to burn down? What evidence are they trying to cover up in these fires?
Anything, maybe.
Who knows?
Mel
That's my-
Gibson. They burned down Mel Gibson's house. They must be trying to cover something up.
Yeah, I was
If anyone.
watching. I was watching a video from. It was actually like a pastor's channel or something, and he was just talking about the hand of God, coming down on these people, and then he showed some clips, and it's kind of funny. You can kind of you can connect the dots, but I'm just like, there's something bigger at play. I feel like this is a cover up of mass proportions, and it's being used to cover something really big up because, the ocean's right there. You can't get water from the ocean.
That's
You
what I'm
fucking
wondering. Why are
clowns.
they not just dumping it from the helicopters all day from the ocean?
They have the resources.
Yeah.
Gavin Poopscum is, he's got the resources, but who knows?
One of the arguments is that they're trying to build mass structures, right? They're trying to burn down these
Is what they're
super
saying?
expensive houses and build tall structures.
Really, I haven't heard much about it. I really don't know anything about it. I just know that it feels super fishy and a little susburgers. Because California's had fire issues for a long time, so you think, I mean, especially up north, but you'd think, maybe maybe you be prepared for the worst case scenario. That's typically what you do.
Like
You'd be
water for
prepared
the
for the
fire
worst case.
hydrants ready.
Yeah,
Like
not even
maybe
that,
you'd
but
have some water ready at those fire hydrants.
maybe don't get a freaking gay couple running the fire department who have terrible responses. She says, they ask her a question like, what happens if your husband is in, are you going to be able to carry my husband out if he's deep in the fire? And the lady's response is something to the tune of, well, he shouldn't have got himself in that position. And it's like, why are you a firefighter? You should just be a street activist. You sound like a retarded person. Like, your response would have been, I'm dying to save this person. That's what a firefighter does. They risk their life to save people.
I missed that part.
You should look into it. The
All
lady,
the
there's the three top ladies are all gay women.
I looked
What?
into
The
all the
only
firefighters
sorry,
have. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only time I've ever seen women in the news about firefighting is when they're getting gangbanged by the whole firehouse. So
Jesus.
that
Welcome
was
to
a story
Not
back in
Married
the
to the
day.
Name, where we bash gays every week.
I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying, gay women
Yeah.
are still women at the end of the day, and it doesn't make them any more masculine.
Sorry, not gay people. We bash women. This is anyway. There's
Get
these
bashed, sir.
giant fucking mustaches that our firefighters have in town, and I assumed it's just part of the culture. They have these huge handlebar mustaches. So I looked it up. It actually years ago was a way that firefighters would wet the mustaches and it would create like an additional filter.
A vapor layer.
Yeah, but now that they have all the equipment, they don't need those anymore. It's just more of like
Well, women
reputation.
can't grow mustaches, so
I was gonna bring that up.
some can.
Maybe she should grow a mustache so everyone believes she's a fire
Just
woman.
glue it on. Just glue it on one day and do a press conference. Okay.
Well, they asked her why the fuck wasn't there water in the fire hydrant, and she said they're
Not her business.
they're focused on saving lives. It's not her business. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I don't know if it is their business. Is it?
100%.
I think
If
so,
your
right?
if
Like,
your
shouldn't
business, her entire industry is based around water.
yeah?
Shouldn't you make sure that the water is readily available for any situation that
You would think
comes
they'd
up?
have some sort of testing, correct? Where they'd go around
Um,
and test hydrants or
I
speak with the
thought they
city.
did. I thought they did. And I mean, I guess the one of the main reservoirs was totally empty too. And you can blame Newsom for that. He's definitely a corrupt piece of shit. He's a pretty boy, and he's good at manipulating stupid people.
It wouldn't be
That's
fun
why I left.
being like kids for him.
No, I signed the petition to get him. What is it? Recalled? What is
Hmm.
it? Yeah, I signed it twice.
Do
So
you think Canada's going to become the newest state?
no, I don't believe that. I believe they'll become a little closer with us though.
You think we're
But
going
they're
to
not.
keep buying their cars?
What cars do they make?
I don't know. Apparently, we buy cars from them.
What car? What's a Canadian car company? Toyota, Hyundai. That's
They just
Korea
manufacture
and
our cars.
Japan. Oh, well, if they're manufacturing our cars, that means the businesses are based out of America.
Yep.
So if Trumpy boy puts a tariff on them, it would make more sense for those companies to come home
Yeah.
and give jobs to the people that live here instead of
Well, his argument, he said, why are we helping Canada so much? You know, we're helping them too much. I think he said
yeah.
there's like $200 billion that we give to them each year, somewhere around that realm.
Where are they? Fucking Ukraine? What is this?
I don't know.
To be honest, there's a lot of shit I don't understand. It's obviously all a power move on our behalf to be like, oh yeah, we'll help you out if you guarantee certain things to us. But I think it's more of the United States government sitting office, people that are sitting in office that are just trying to control that half of the world so that they have um, that move available to them, and Russia doesn't start funding Canada or China doesn't start funding Canada, which they already really are. China especially, they have their claws in all over the world, even here in America.
Maybe we just need something to do and focus our time and energy on. So that's the newest thing.
What, taking over
Honest.
Canada?
Yeah. Right.
I'm up for it. They don't. I mean, the population of Canada is smaller than the population of the Bay Area.
Would they care, do you
What?
think? Do you think the Canadians would care?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pride in being your own country.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
nationalistic.
yeah, I don't. I don't think they'll. I don't think they would vote for it if they put it up to a vote. And I don't want them to. I'm fine with them not being part of our country.
Canada is vastly. I think they're a lot different than we are. I mean, I
Oh
live right.
yeah,
I
oh
live
yeah,
right next to Canada. They're way different than we are. I don't want to.
yeah. It's a different vibe, different life. Uh, um, kind of like I don't know though, because a lot of what they brag about, like oh, free health like nothing is free. You guys are taxed out the ass to pay for that healthcare. You really think that these doctors and all these companies are providing no, no, they're all getting paid.
The only
You're
other
fucking
thing,
crazy
the only
if
other
you
thing
believe
they
that
brag
lie.
about is ketchup chips, all dressed chips. Right? They have their all dressed chips and their
Poutine
what's the yeah poutine, Timmy Ho's got their Tim
and Trailer
Hortons.
Park Boys.
Yeah, that's
Tim
about it.
Hortons is in America too, isn't it? On the
Yeah,
East Coast, I think. Yeah,
Timmy's is in America.
I've never been, but the
It's nothing special.
yeah, I watch a few Canadian YouTubers, and it's kind of funny. A lot of people from Canada, you don't even know they're from Canada. Like Shroud's from Canada, Linus Tech Tips, um, Trailer Park Boy. There's a
Well,
bunch of shit that I enjoy that's Canadian.
Shroud's probably from over in what, BC?
I have no clue. He needs to go back though. Go back to Canada, you fucking leftist loser.
Is he? Is he
He's
a
got some.
leftist? He's from BC
I
then,
don't
probably.
know. I think he's pretty disconnected from politics, but because he's so disconnected, he has some really bad takes on things. He's just very ignorant to that. It's like him talking about sports. He doesn't know anything about sports to talk about it. Stick to FPS gaming. Shut the fuck up. Just shoot people in the head.
there was there was a huge upset in football yesterday. The
Was there?
Washington
Oh,
Commanders defeated the Detroit Lions.
I've never
Massive
even
upset.
heard of the Commanders. Who the fuck are they?
The Redskins.
They changed the name?
Yeah, a couple years ago they had to.
Why?
Why do you think they had to change their name?
Because there's a bunch of weak, limp-wristed people in this planet who are offended by everything?
Yes.
That's
They're
disgusting.
You know what was cool? They were going to change it to the Red Wolves and they chose Commanders. So everyone's like,
Might as
"All
well
right, we're
change
going to
it to
start calling them
Commando.
the Commies." Which is fucking
That's bad.
hilarious.
That's weak ownership, and the NFL should be ashamed of themselves. They've bent over and cucked so much with all their pride shit. It's like
What
you know who watches football? Do you know who plays football? There's like what one out player in the whole league.
There's so many NFL people that quit watching the NFL during
I quit
COVID.
watching the NFL back in 1998, I think it was.
Yeah, not a lot of
Never
people
watched.
around here. There is a lot, but a lot of the older people quit watching, and I don't blame
A
them.
lot of people watch it. A lot of people watch it, um, not as an addiction, but as like a just a thing that they just do. Like, because I know a lot of people who are like diehard, you know, fans of certain teams, and they don't agree with anything that happens in the league or that happens off the field, but they still watch. And I'm just like, you guys are literally perpetuating the problem by continuing to make them money.
Yeah,
So it makes me actually lose a lot of respect for certain people that I know because the values they have, yet they still are so weak that they have to support a game that they don't believe in the rules or the people behind it all. It's like, I guess I'm just really principled in that manner. I'll cut
well,
something off quick.
Barstool Sports, Dave Portnoy hates Roger
Fuck
Goodell,
Dave
the
Portnoy.
commissioner. The commissioner.
I don't
So,
like Dave Portnoy. His
don't you?
pizza reviews suck.
Really?
Nah, they're good.
That's a
I
hot
just don't like
take.
Dave. He said some things I don't agree with in the past, so I kind of like stopped watching his pizza reviews. Just some off, out of pocket stuff he said. Just
I haven't watched his pizza in like a year. I went hard watching all those pizza reviews, and now, like if they go out of the algorithm, it's all over.
mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering how he doesn't get a lot of views on those pizza reviews anymore. So
I he kind of like burned a bunch of his audience by some of the shit he said. I can't even recall what it was anymore
probably,
because it was just so long ago. But yeah, I stopped watching.
damn. My favorite thing about Portnoy was when he was doing the unboxings during COVID, and he just unboxed a bunch of gifts, and people just kept sending him gifts all the time, and he would just smoke weed and just be like blitzed out of his mind in his apartment, opening up. I don't know if it was always weed. There's some different stuff going on there, but
I'm I don't know the guy. I don't know much about him. I just know that I was enjoying the pizza reviews, and he said one thing, and I was like, I think I'm cool because I don't do sports, so I don't pay attention to Barstool.
mhm.
But
I don't do basketball, baseball, just just football, motocross, and NASCAR and
I
UFC.
don't I don't even do UFC. I'll watch highlights, but I won't sit down to watch an entire event. Just not my cup of tea. I maybe I would see one live, but no,
Live is
I'm not gonna
awesome.
pay money to go see a fight or pay money to see a fight on TV. Because there's people. I mean, what's a fight now? Like $200 for
70.
a big one. For a big one,
Yeah, 79, 99.
so almost $100 basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's for people that want to have a group party, I think.
yeah. I mean, some people can afford it, but I just
Let's
I don't know. I'm just not a sportsman.
I'm not a yeah, $70 it's a little too much for my pay grade. There's I watch fairly often though.
Yeah, I know you do. You'll not game just to do it. See for me, if I was into sports at all, it would be the background noise while I was gaming. Like I would have it on my second monitor, kind of shit.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
that
speaking of
teach
that,
their own.
there's a lot of students that have YouTube in the background while they're gaming. But I did a test with the freshmen through the seniors yesterday in one of my classes about how many hours they spend on the phone. So, what do you think their screen time was? What do you think the highest screen time was in the class?
Definitely gonna be girls. And you mean app or just
Time
time
on
overall?
phone in general could be music, could be whatever.
I think we talked about it lightly, but I'm gonna say average is probably 5 hours, and high would probably be 10,
We
10
talked
to
about
12.
it this summer. It was 5.5 hours for the students that were in the weight program.
Okay.
Yesterday in the class,
Kids that get physical though, so those kids are doing stuff sometimes.
and
They're
that
not
was in the
always in their
summertime.
phone.
Now it's school time. Kids,
It doubled.
12 hours and 34 minutes.
Average?
One. Another one had 12 hours and 10 minutes. One had somewhere around 11 hours, and the rest averaged about 8 hours.
How do you see that?
You just pull it up. So if you go to your phone and go to settings, scroll down, it's
Yep.
called screen time. It's a sand, like a sand timer.
Is the
Midway down, it'll say notifications, sounds, focus, screen time.
my phone's too old for that. I don't have that. It's probably somewhere in a different menu on my phone,
Are
which
you on an
is fine.
iPhone?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's different then. You
It's
could try to
probably under the
voice
power.
ask it.
Yeah, my phone's kind of old. My phone has two breaks in the screen. Anyway.
I average around 2 to 3 hours a day.
Oh, here we go.
A lot of YouTube in bed.
Yeah, I would say that's probably my average on my phone. But I mostly use my tablet now for consuming media because when I'm out, I don't use my phone unless
I
I'm
don't
just
either.
sitting waiting for something. I'll leave my phone at home sometimes. That's how much I care about it. It's just not in my routine to. I try to break that habit because being on the phone is definitely very unproductive.
I really
I
don't even
think the
sit on
thing
my
I
phone at the
do,
doctor's office. I kind of just sit there and chill.
yeah, that thing I do most is open up Trading View and see where the market is at. That's like probably the most screen time I have. And right now, Bitcoin's at 104,
Yeah, it's been pumping, baby.
788,
Litecoin's
778.
pumping, Bitcoin's pumping. It's a it's a good week right now for the
I meant
crypto.
I meant to buy some of the Trump coin.
What was his?
Shot up. DTC, Donald Trump coin. It went up
What?
300% yesterday.
Did he just release it?
Came out yesterday, I think.
He better be
So I'm
careful
gonna.
that it doesn't get rugged.
Why would he rug it? It's who owns it is the real question.
He is he claiming he's like is he a
I don't
big
know.
part of it?
I haven't done any research, but why would he rug? What the fuck benefits he gonna get out of making a couple $1,000s?
Nothing.
No.
Do you think
And it
the
would make
Hawk
him look.
Tua girl is gonna get any repercussion for rugging?
No.
I don't either. I don't think. I
I but
think all
I
the people that made that for her are gonna get in big trouble, and she's not gonna get a slap on
I
the
don't
wrist.
think they are either. I think my hope is that the new administration puts some sort of rule in place with rugs. Like if you start a coin and as soon as it pumps you dump, then and you dump your whole bag, I feel like that should be an offense. But if you're doing like if you're just a single person, you make a meme coin, like on that fun dot or the whatever it was I told you
Pump.
about, pump dot fun. If you rug that, that's fine because that is what that website's about. That website's
Yeah,
all about catching the rug, and getting out before you get ripped off.
100%.
That's those I'm okay with, but ones where people are like, it's gonna be the next big thing. We've got this crazy crypto coming out, and then they rug you. Those people should be
Well,
beaten with
a lot of
public.
people in the crypto industry, their goal is to legitimize the coin and try to get it in the top 100 on CoinMarketCap. And when they know it's got not a lot of room left to run, they're gonna rug it.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But I don't think that stuff like the Hawk Tua coin that had such a short life that you had no opportunity in there to make money. It was get rugged, bitch.
Yeah.
So, if you get a coin that's been around for a few years and you're the founder and you decide time to make some money, I mean, depending on what your goal was with it, and if I
Oh,
was gonna
like,
make a coin,
are you talking
I
like
wouldn't.
Hex? I'm kidding.
No, because you see value. You saw value in it. So
Yeah.
if it's something that has value in it, I mean, you got rugged. Let's not lie. But what's his name? Richard.
Richard Hart,
Richard Hart is living the life because of you. He's got them Bitcoin dollars now. He
those
pulled that hex.
watches, and
Yeah.
those Lamborghinis.
He has hard assets because of you.
Fuck that guy. That fatty.
Whatever. He was a scumbag from you should have known by the way he talked and dressed that he was a snake oil salesman.
Yeah.
But he had a good idea and it
He
still
did.
is around.
You know what? He made a lot of people money just with general advice over the years, and that's what
Yeah.
legitimized him enough to for people to believe in him. A lot of
I,
people
I
that made
have
cryptos have not offered any value at all, and they just make
yeah.
cryptos and then rug pull. So
Yeah.
I guess at least he's helped people over the
Some.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. I think where he fucked a lot of people was the staking aspect and locking you in for so long. But I follow on my trading view like the list of things I follow. I keep my eye on Hex just for your sake. It's at this is the Hex rat pulse. So or ETH wrapped pulse or whatever it is. It's at what 1 cent right now, a little over a cent.
I spent 13 cents on it. And 8.
Hey,
8 and
but the fact that it still exists though
Yeah.
means that there is a chance that you can get your 13 cents back and maybe even make a penny.
If he gets through all these SEC lawsuits, then it'll go.
It depends on who
The,
the SEC chair is and how they feel, not only about the coin, but about the founder. And he is kind of a shitter.
yeah.
I don't know how much money he had before Hex, though.
He was
So,
he was a Bitcoin millionaire.
so
Big time.
I don't know if he had much to gain by rugging then. I think
He
it's more of a circumstance kind of thing, unless he
he
just
didn't
spent through all this
he
money
didn't
and
necessarily rug. He
got himself into
he
trouble.
created a
And
scheme. Yeah. And then he got himself into trouble and that delegitimized everything. I'm sure he wanted it to last longer than it did. Like,
well, hopefully because he's out of
excuse
it
me.
now. I'm sure he still owns a purse, but hopefully somebody else finds the use case with it, and you get your money back, and you're not stuck in the negative.
Well, it's a legit Ethereum fork. Pulse.
It just
So
depends on if it gets used, though. That's the whole thing.
right.
Is that fork of the chain
Well,
going to actually be used?
if gas fees go back up for Ethereum, they will.
Ethereum is,
But
and I hate Ethereum. I don't like how expensive it is to use.
it's dumb.
It's
It's a dumb coin.
outlandish. Yeah, it's outlandish. I think I moved, I don't know, $500 worth of ETH into a different wallet, and the gas fee on that was retarded. I'm like, what? I can take. So I buy Bitcoin on Cash App, which is kind of stupid because you can only move so much of it at a time. You can sell it all, but you can't move very much at a time. I think I can move 0.01 or 0.02 a week, which if you were consistent, you could move a coin pretty quickly. But um, I can opt to send over the max amount that I can send to my hard wallet at a zero fee. It just takes up to 24 hours. So I'm not in a rush. I'm not doing anything with it. I'm just literally trying to get it off of their wallet address into my own.
Yeah.
So,
And then
and the fact that I can, yeah,
once Deuce gets it all into his hard wallet,
then I'm gonna
we
lose my
hack him.
fucking, yeah, then I'm gonna lose my information, and it'll be gone on the chain forever.
Just give me your 12 words, bro.
It's 24.
Is it now?
Mine's 24. Yeah,
Oh,
12's not enough.
that limits it down to some certain wallets. Just kidding.
Yeah, well, only probably about 1 billion of them.
Should we quit boring the people with crypto talk?
What do you got?
I don't have anything, man.
What
Other
else
than-
was there we were going to talk about?
There wasn't anything.
There was something. I thought there was something else on the agenda.
Not from my end, I don't think. Other than it's been really cold outside. Like freezing. This is the coldest week of the year probably in North America, or in the upper 48. We're looking at upwards of negative 50s. Canada is up in the negatives 60, 70 possibly.
Yeah, why would we want that land? Can't even walk outside during the
There's such small amounts of people that live in the indigenous northern parts of Canada. Half of Canada is unused. You can't
Most
live
of
there.
Canada is like 2 big cities. It's like BC and Vancouver, right? Or is Vancouver's in BC?
I think it is in
British Columbia?
yeah, Vancouver's the capital of BC, I think. Yep.
BC. Okay, and then it's on the
Quebec.
Quebec. Yeah.
Well, we've got
Those are like-
Edmonton,
Yeah, but nobody knows
Calgary,
what Edmonton is. Calgary
BC,
people know because of hockey.
and Saskatoon.
Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Oh,
Get
Caesars.
my Saskatoon
Grown-ups.
berries.
Yeah.
You know, the first phone line was brought there in 19. Something like that, whatever statistic you found.
we carry
Oh,
we
man.
carry a berry of blood in a necklace, whatever the hell that was. Yeah. We do have some awesome. Deuce edited some Red Dead footage for everybody too.
Oh yeah,
It's
I
gonna
need
be
to put that
awesome.
on. I need to get that uploaded for sure. That was fun. That was some good times. A lot of questionable racism from other people, but you know.
Deuce is renovating right now. So tell us about. I like the walls on that house there. You got these different colored.
Oh, this
wood.
is gonna stay,
Yeah.
but the rest of the room's gonna get painted black, and then we're gonna do a gray on the ceiling, and I'm gonna do a built-in desk unit on the other side of her room. She had a closet on that side behind me that was an add-on. It looked like it was supposed to be here, but I was like, this is added on. This is not part of the structure. So I ripped it out and it made her room quite a bit bigger. So we're gonna have some fun and see what we can do in here. And we'll build a bedroom
what's
and stuff.
the bedroom size of the house?
The average the guest bedrooms are like 12 by 12, so they're pretty small.
Or
this
how
one
many
is-
beds is the house? I mean, sorry.
A 4-bed.
Okay.
Yeah, and hers is about 4 times bigger than the other bedrooms, so it's like 35 by 20, I think, something like that. It's a pretty big room.
So if the oldest, when she moves out, then you'll
She's
have.
already out. She's in college.
Okay, so now you have one
So
extra.
there's
room.
one unoccupied. Yeah, the cats are in there right now. Unfortunately, I can't wait to get rid of them. I hate cats. But
I'm asking
Yeah, we're
for it
gonna-
with this cat lady.
You don't have dogs though.
Yeah.
I
So
have
I'm
dogs
talking to
that
a
can't be
chick.
around.
I'm talking to a nice lady right now, a woman, and she's got
She's a
fostered
woman.
over 400
How many at a
cats.
time? How many at a time though?
6.
That's not too bad.
Well, actually, she
As
has.
long as
She said she has 4 of her own or 3 of her own, and 4 in foster care right now. She has
I
multiple
mean,
litter boxes around the house,
yeah,
and she
that's what
said
it. it
she said her house is cleaner than the average person's house, which I believe maybe.
what state is she from? Some people in Oklahoma got dirty old houses. Let me tell you.
She's a Minnesotan.
Oh, you know that's the one thing with cats. If you can keep their litter boxes clean, you can keep the house clean. Cats are just kind of destructive sometimes when it comes to their claws. They like to, fucking need shit all the time.
Yeah, she said
So,
she has scratch boxes all over. I guess supposedly they call it
are you gonna
gait.
scratch her box?
Like gait, apparently your back, whatever, hurts after a while. So she scratches. She has scratching up naturally for them and doesn't declaw 'em.
One time, my buddy had cats. They were both wild that he kind of like brought into the house, which I always think is a stupid thing to do. But they were going crazy one day, and the cat ran and jumped off the couch and then used my face as a point of pressure and pushed off my face and just scratched the entire front of my face.
I'm gonna
So
be
I've
swimming
hated
in
cats.
pussy, dude, if this works. I
Yeah,
have a lot of pussy in my life.
yeah, that's gross. Stinks.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
well, I mean, I guess if you're not opposed to closing the gap when it comes to distance,
4 hours
you
is a
can
long
tell.
way.
Just keep your peepers up, man. Smell for those red flags. Cat women are meant to be alone. Just remember that.
Especially if they're good looking, there must be something wrong.
Something's wrong. Something's wrong. But there's something wrong with everybody. So
Yeah.
if you can deal with it, deal with it. It's not a big deal. I don't know.
Did you know
Better
that
than
your
being
dick
alone.
shows up in x-rays?
Yeah, I've seen some funny X-ray photos online.
So I'm showing everyone my x-ray at the school, like 2 classes, because we were talking about liability
Up
for
on the
like business law.
projector.
Yeah. And I realized this chick I'm talking to, I sent her a picture of the x-ray. She used to work in x-ray, and she's like, we're
You
talking
know
on
you
the
can see
phone,
your
and
dick.
she talks to me about how she cropped it out, or I cropped it out just right. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, you cropped it out so you don't have your junk hanging. And I realized she's the only person I sent the crop photo to. Everyone else I showed the whole x-ray. And I'm like, what? My dick is in there? And I I look back and thank God, dude. Thank God. I let the doctor take a photo of the x-ray. And he must have known what he was
Oh,
doing because he didn't put my dick in there. But dude, if I would have shown that to every student, that could have been like really bad. Really, really bad.
I've seen some funny ones online.
And my
Uh,
coworkers.
oof. I mean, hey, some people might be like, okay, or what I expected. Must have been cold in there.
Nah, yeah. Well, so I'm looking at the x-ray, I'm like trying to find my dick. And I'm like,
Wait,
is
where
my
is it?
dick is my dick that small that I can't see it in the fucking x-ray?
It's more of like the imprint. You see more of like the outline
Yeah.
than like the detail, but I guess that's part of it. But anyway, yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think it was just for me. It was disappointment in the Kingdom Come and the wildfires. I thought about when I was taking a shit and I was watching a video.
Yep.
But
Um,
outside of that, I don't think there's anything going on in the game.
you guys need to go buy some popcorner, kettle corn flavored chips, crack cocaine. Delicious.
Crack cocaine, yeah.
And
Sure.
that's probably it. So, you
Should
want
be
to
a
take us
short
out
one.
today, Deuce?
I don't know how you do it. I'll let you end her too.
Uh, Thank you guys for watching Not Married to the Name. I'm PBR. This is Deuce. Episode 13's over. We got the recording of Red Dead Redemption. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're going to be bringing you guys another episode soon. Next week is NFC Championship, AFC Championship football. Deuce doesn't care. Bitcoin 104 today. We'll see what happens next week. Thank you guys for watching.
Shooting for the moon.